Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about the rest of the characters. We leave the low tier characters, the no run club characters, and the mid tier characters all in the past just to reminisce exactly how good or how bad they were. And we're going to move on to the characters that we consider even better than them. Let's talk about the character that I think does enough to scrape by in the high tier section, Spider-Man. Yes, the Spider-Man. He has positives to him, of course he does, I mean he's Spider-Man. But anyways, he could shoot webs. Not only that, but when he holds the range attack button, he could pull his opponents with the webs. And he could combo with his melee attacks from that. Speaking about holding, if he holds the melee attack button, he does a pretty interesting move where if your opponent's near him, he can get hit by the rock that he's pulling out with his web. His special is the weakest part about him. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It does come out pretty quick, but the reward isn't there. At least not in terms of investing in. He can super jump and web swing just like Korra. The reason why he's better than a lot of the characters I mentioned previously and why he's in the high tier section, he has everything pretty much to be annoying or to not have any weaknesses of the matter. If he's not laying the web move, he does have a rough time dealing with certain characters. When he's not landing his range attack against certain characters, he does have a rough time fighting up close. In certain situations where you can't have an advantage, there are some matchups where that's the case. That doesn't mean he's bad. That just means that there's certain characters that might be able to handle his webs and him approaching you. I mean, you can block the webs as a lot of characters. Still, his projectile is very annoying regardless of that. The reason why he's up here is because of his projectile and his mobility. Though it keeps him all the way in the bottom of the high tier section, it has to be that weak special. Next up is Hawkeye. Now, Hawkeye is the only Avengers character, unless you were to count Nick Fury, who can't super jump or fly. Poor Hawkeye. But anyways, he doesn't really need it, even though having mobility or added attributes to your character does help. For him, his strength is clearly in the one thing that he is best suitable for, shooting arrows. And instead of shooting a single arrow like you could do if you have him as a default character, in some cases if you invest him in a certain way, he can shoot multiple arrows all at once. I don't know why he can, but I mean, he's Hawkeye, so alright. They made it so he can shoot constantly, basically spam. It's annoying as a projectile as Spider-Man's, because Spider-Man, he could do it very up close and quickly, while Hawkeye's might take a few frames slower. And you may think because the arrows are multiple, they would do a lot more damage. Well, if he does it from far away, he's not going to land all of the arrows to you as they spread out too much, which isn't good in terms of damage. However, if he were to shoot very up close to you personally with the arrows, fully charged or non-charged, they can do a lot of damage that way. So it just depends on how you play this character. To me, even though Spider-Man has the mobility and annoying projectile, Hawkeye's projectile can be annoying depending on how you use it, but his projectile is more than just a simple spammy projectile, as he can use it for versatility as well. You can shoot down below so they blow up and detonate just when the opponent's about to approach you. You could shoot up in the air so it could hit that way. Can delay your attacks when you think your opponent's about to approach or dodge at a specific time. There's so many ways you could play with this character's projectile in a way where it benefits him, and that's his biggest strength. so you might as well use it. Anyways, his melee attacks come out fine, they do alright damage. His special does take a long time to come out, especially compared to Spider-Man's special. It does a lot of damage though, and it is possible though, if you really want to land it, all you gotta do is just grab your opponent, slam them down or throw them, and when they can't move, then do the special. And it will hit them, they'll get destroyed by it in some cases depending on how low their health is. Overall, the character has a lot of tools despite having only 1 or 2 weaknesses, such as the fact that his arrows are really good. Sometimes you could get around them a lot better compared to Spider-Man, so his projectile is not completely broken. His close-up attacks are quick enough, but you're not going to rely on them as much compared to other things he has, and his special is pretty slow. However, Hawkeye has more versatility and ways to use all of his moves correctly and play in the way where it benefits him, compared to Spider-Man, who is very limited and has certain matchups where it seems as if it's not really favored for him. Next up is Stitch. Stitch has everything to be a good character and to be up here. All of his moves are great. Although not everything he has is broken, it's just a combination that's really good. He has a super jump, he can wall climb, his special's amazing, especially if you get your opponent locked in there. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to land if you're not going to properly execute it. It's possible to land that move, considering even though your opponent can dodge the move as soon as they see you about to use it, chances of it still being intact, of hitting, are still there. You have the guns, the double blasters, to help push your opponent back into the blast zone. And then the special can hold you there. Then you could shoot the guns as soon as they fall out the special or explodes. Or you could simply attack them where they go into the special. There's ways for it to work considering Stitch isn't still in place. The special is good and it's versatile. Stitch also has versatility and mobility. He has a roll move where he can go extremely quick wherever he wants to go. His melee attacks may not do a lot of damage, but they come out quick enough. Overall, all of his moves are usable and are useful for him. And he has the right combination of putting up a good fight and lasting a long time, considering he has a lot of options, despite not having a lot of options compared to the 3.0 characters. His game plan is there, and his guns, by the way, are what really helps him be better than all the other 2 characters. Even though they're not as annoying as Spider-Man's or Hawkeye's, Stitch can definitely make you feel insufferable while playing him. Even though his regular shooting doesn't send you in stun mode, when he shoots you with the charge range attack, he could send you up in the air, and then he could constantly shoot at you in the air after laying that charged hit. This character has a lot of things. I would say he's obviously like Rocket Raccoon, except he has a better special, he has better mobility, and he has better versatility. So how can you not put him up this high? Next up is Baymax. He doesn't exceed in anything really. It's just the combination of the character that puts him this high. He can fly. He has a shield. His melee attacks aren't quick, but they're quick enough. His damage output for the melee attacks aren't great, but they're good enough. His special isn't great whatsoever, but it can be possible to land, and it's quick enough, and his range attack isn't annoying or amazing, but it's reliable, and he can fully charge it. He just has everything you need to have as a good character, except he's just not exceeding in anything, but sometimes that's just good enough. Sometimes flying and having a shield gives you the upper hand on a lot of these characters around this tier. Next up is Rapunzel. All of her moves are usable, even though she has limited amount of moves compared to the 2.0 and 3.0. She doesn't need to be that versatile. to be this good. She can health regenerate. She can health regenerate when she's at the disadvantage by holding the block button. She has a chain grab she could do possibly with her frying pan if she holds the melee button. Her frying pans aren't extremely broken, but they are clearly annoying and do something. The reason why I would say she's the best character we talked about so far in this game is because of the combination. She has health regeneration plus the annoying projectile, and when the health regeneration isn't being a factor in the match, she could just hold the block button and then the health regeneration does become a problem for the other player. The only thing I would say that could be better, and the reason why she's not even better than this, is because the melee attacks aren't as quick as other melee attacks, and because of that you're not likely going to rely on them as much compared to just relying on the projectile. The projectile is still great though. So yes, she could somewhat fight close, though not extremely good, and she can be quite vulnerable if she has to be attacked up close. She has a broken range attack, she has a chain grab, she can block and heal from it, and she can health regenerate. I mean, this character, definitely a grade 1.0 character. Next up is Hulkbuster. Now, we were talking about 99-cent Hulkbuster earlier. Now we're talking about the real deal. Hulkbuster has a lot more versatility and has a lot more dangerous things going for him. He's a lot better than Baymax because his specials a lot better. He has ways to use it multiple times at once. Yeah, that's right, multiple times at once. It does enough damage and a good amount for sure of damage with one use of his special, but you can do multiple times if you want it at one time. That means all the times is going to connect. That means you're likely going to kill your opponent in an early percent if you just use all of your specials that you have equipped. And the move, the special, they have it where certain parts it could home in on you. It has to be one of the best specials in the entire game for sure. Its melee attacks, even though they're not the fastest, they do a lot of damage, and that's a good combination. They're quicker than Hulk's, I would say, and Hulk's did a lot of damage, so you're gonna have a character that is very similar to Hulk. And he can fly, he has a shield. What else did I say? Oh, he has two versions of his range attack. He has the dash attack, which could be good for comboing to melee combos, or he could do the dash attack on its own. Though I'm not crazy about the dash attack really, because it's probably the weakest and less usable part about him. On the other hand, he can fly, and when he flies, he can use that range attack, and he can shoot beams of rays, and he can charge it up and shoot even stronger beams of rays, similar to Iron Man. Although he can only do it on the air, it's great for grounded opponents. Overall, Hulkbuster has everything to be a good character, except he's not broken. He doesn't have the annoying projectile like all the other characters that we've talked about so far. But everywhere else, even though his dash attack is also what keeps him down, besides not having a good projectile on the ground, he has a magnetic pull which pulls people in, where he could combo from his melee attacks if they don't fully connect. His character is clearly good, and clearly a character that is very, very powerful and broken, despite there being clearly some moves that could be even more great just as the other moves are for him. But other than that, he's still a fully good and usable character. Next up is Black Suit Spider-Man. Basically a better Rapunzel, as all of his moves are useful, although some of them are not as useful as Rapunzel's worst thing about her. Black Suit Spider-Man still has the mobility and necessary resources to be better than a lot of these characters. He can shoot the webs just like Spider-Man. He can pull characters in just like Spider-Man. He has the fast enough melee attacks just like Spider-Man. His special is somehow a bit worse than Spider-Man's special. So why is he better than Spider-Man? Black Suit Spider-Man simply can health regenerate. That's the reason why he's better and it's effective. And hey, Black Suit Spider-Man has aerial attacks in the air, unlike Spider-Man, and he has additional good things added to him. The reason why he's better than Rapunzel, as I said before, he has more of a stronger moveset, he can health regenerate, and he has that busted projectile just like Spider-Man. Next up is Venom. The reason why I would say he's better than Black Suit Spider-Man, only because even though his moves aren't that quick, they do a bit more damage. His special is also better than Black Suit Spider-Man's. And even though Black Suit Spider-Man has more versatility than Venom, Venom has better chances of having a more proper skill tree to invest with compared to Black Suit Spider-Man, which you could go a lot of ways with this character because it's not as bad as Yondu's case where you have to invest in the character a specific way. Black Suit Spider-Man is quite limited on what he can invest in, and because of that you may not invest fully on certain stuff that might be useful. He has a lot going with him, and because of that you may not have as strong as a character as you might think. While Venom, you are always going to have that very strong character regardless of how you skill him up. It's just very hard to not properly invest in the character compared to Black Suit Spider-Man. They're both very similar despite Venom having a different moveset than Black Suit Spider-Man. They both can still health regenerate. They can both wall crawl, swing, shoot that projectile, even though Venom's is just a single web instead of multiple. Venom's projectile could still be somewhat annoying, just like Spider-Man's and Black Suit Spider-Man's, and he can do a bit more damage. So he can have a better shot at winning matches when you think about it that way. Next up is Sorcerer Apprentice Mickey. This character has very limited moves, but all of his moves are useful. He is simply a character that says, "Get off of me," whenever you try to approach him. He's a simple character, but he has two surprisingly great moves. Even though his range attack doesn't have incredible range, when you get close enough, that move can be the end of that character that you're fighting against. Could land that move, it stuns them, and you could possibly land them again, and then again, and then again, and they can't move. The thing about it is, it's very good the way it's set up. It's hard to describe exactly how it works on why it's good, but just look at this. It's literal magic he's using, so the magic is clearly there. He also shoots magic as his melee attack, which is a good get off me tool. His ground pound is alright. I mean, it has a cool effect to it at least. His super jump is very adorable, but hey, it's mobility for the characters, so you could take it. And he has health regeneration. Overall, I think he has a lot of things that are straight up good. His moves don't come out that slow, and his range attack is surprisingly good. That range attack could be really good when you land it that one time for the multiple to come out as well. The only thing I would say that would make this character even better possibly would be the range attack having further range. But other than that, I mean, this character is very good up close, and sometimes Mickey just needs to fight up close in order to win. And let's say your opponent doesn't want you to fight them up close, you could simply use the health regeneration and they'll eventually come and fight you, and they'll end up losing because of that. Next up is Time. Now, some of his moves are not that great, but what makes him really great is the fact that he can rely on his brokenness that is his stunning moves. He has a block that could stun. He has the projectile that could stun. And not only that, he could also charge up the projectiles so it stuns you even longer. His special does a lot of damage, and it holds you in when you're in the range of it. His melee attacks though are not something I would really think about in terms of him being this high, but man, this character has some great moves added into the one character that I have to at least put him up here. And he can super jump. I mean, this character is literally here because he can stop time and therefore stop the match whenever he wants to. Although if he cannot land that range attack on that one hit, then Time does struggle. And because of that, even though I put him higher than Sorcerer Apprentice Mickey, he does have a weakness and he's not completely broken. And to be honest, maybe I overestimate him. Even though his projectile is really good and we'll put him up here, I can honestly see him being worse than this. He might be better than Rapunzel, but worse than Black Suit Spider-Man. But it's just hard to say when time just slips on by and catches you off guard. Next up is Spot. This character, Spot. This character can be really bad or really broken. Well, let's just put in the high tier, because this is a great spot, honestly. The character struggles up close. He struggles. He has a super jump release. He has a dash attack, which does come out pretty quick. And if you hold the range attack button, it's good for mobility. The character's mobile release, and his melee attacks are quick. Even though they don't do a lot of damage, he could still do something up close. Now, why is he up this high? It's a combination of this plus his broken special. If you have his special fully invested, where he can use it multiple times, in fact at least 14 times added, then he could kill any opponent at 0 if he approaches you and takes you out. This character can easily win if he is able to approach you, and he has some tools that he can surprisingly do that. And he has the tools to win just because of one thing, and that one thing is what carries his character up here. Now, the reason why he's better than all the characters I mentioned so far is exactly what I said before. He can kill anybody. All he needs is a special fully intact and fully invested in, and he is a monster. The reason why he can't be higher than us though is because he can be walled out by projectiles, and he doesn't have that much options to approach when you wall him out or just simply fly. The character can be gimmicked out upon, however, he can't put up a fight thanks to his added stuff. And he's not just a character that relies on that one gimmick. I mean, he has the gimmick plus his other alright things. So it's hard not to put him up this high. Next up is Falcon. It's the combination. He can fly. His melee attacks aren't quick compared to other melee attacks, but they're quick enough and they do alright damage. His range attack is amazing. It's really good up close. Range attack is similar to Hawkeye's, except he has a much better time of landing it up close, and when it lands up close, regardless of it being charged or non-charged, it can do a lot of damage up close. The charging rate is really quick, and he could spam the charge move and it will do a lot of damage. His special is alright too. Overall, it's the character just having everything just working out for him. Projectile can be very hard to deal with, especially up close. And its biggest strength is flying. The strength of flying helps him with certain matchups that seem a little bit rough for him. The reason why he can't be higher than this though is because he can't kill characters at 0 unless he lands that range attack constantly, which he does have the possibility to with his quick flying speed and movement. The reason why he's carried is because he has all the things that are okay, and he has an alright weakness that isn't that bad. So there you go. Next up is Chewbacca. Chewbacca has a great projectile. It's very good when it's fully charged. It has the speed to be useful up close and from far away. His melee attacks aren't that quick, but they do good damage, and his special does a lot of damage and isn't that slow. Overall, what helps Chewbacca out is his projectile and everything else being alright for him. Final character in the high tier section is a character that is the best of the Toy Story characters, and is pretty much a character that just has everything working out for him. Even if it's not amazing, it's just a combination and just him having a great matchup spread compared to most characters. He has the Pixar ball, which even though it's not amazing or broken, it stuns characters if he lands it. And he has the melee attack, which is that dash attack, which isn't great, but I mean, he could use it if he wants to, just to tack on damage. And the reason why not having a great melee attack or broken range attack does not matter here, because Buzz Lightyear has a tremendous shield. It is tied, if not the highest shield in the game. It is either the second highest, tied for the highest, or the highest shield in the game. It has so much added to that. You can easily take hits from it and be alright. And the thing about it is, it doesn't matter how your moveset is. If you have a shield that big and that strong enough to withstand a lot of moves in this game, the goal is to win and survive. And you're definitely surviving even with a very average or basic moveset as Buzz Lightyear. Not only that, but you haven't even thought about Buzz Lightyear being able to charge a shield, which is basically holding block, and if an opponent attacks you with a projectile or with a melee attack, then your shield can go faster than usual instead of a couple seconds that then it charges. Then Buzz Lightyear is unstoppable almost, because that shield charges extremely fast. So not only does that shield take a lot of damage, but it charges fast. Okay, you're not going to win a battle where you hit them a couple times and then you wait a while until their shield breaks and then you attack them and then repeat. Now you have to hit them consecutive times all in one sitting just to break the shield just a little bit, and then try to repeat that again if you can. Yes, Buzz Lightyear just doesn't play around, especially because of that one broken thing about him. And that will be it for today. I hope you enjoyed. We will continue on with the finale of this, and we will talk about the broken top tiers of this game. And I hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far, and let's take it from there. Yes, these characters were really broken or have something that I think annoys or really stands out compared to characters below. Although they do still have some weaknesses and aren't even as broken as the characters we'll talk about later on, they still stand out on being incredibly versatile, annoying, or overall just good. And some of the characters in the top tier may not have every move to be as great, but these characters I haven't talked about yet, and have the brokenness that was missing with the previous characters, have the combination of being broken or simply not having a weakness whatsoever. So I'm excited to talk about them, and I'm going to be a little sad in how unfair the player versus player on Disney Infinity is, realizing it all. But you know what? It cannot be Disney Infinity player versus player without them. So let's talk about them on another day. Very soon, hopefully. Take care, everyone.